Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this replay. Gonna go ahead and unpause the game. Mutalisk now in the air for Ray. Continue to push out. I'm now moving out without my Marines, so a lot of Marines just walking in a single file line. Also having Reapers acting as a little bit of protection here. So for some reason he is not engaging me. I still have more Marines sitting over here, so these Marines able to push on in. Perhaps we'll be able to shoot down some of these units. We have some nice Phoenix shoots. If you haven't seen what the Phoenix can do, the Phoenix can fire backwards while flying now. So the Phoenixes are out there in order to disable a lot of those Marines, disable some of those Mutalisks. So in come these Marines able to shoot down a couple of these Overlords as well. Mutalisks trying to come in, but those Mutalisks are going to get taken down very easily by these Marines as those Marines are upgraded 1-0. Mutalisks just getting taken down so easily. Phoenix also coming in to lend a little bit of support. So mass Marines against a Mutalisk and Zergling army. The upgrades on my Marines are giving me a little bit of an edge, while Echuchee is flying those Phoenixes like a professional jet pilot, flying them backwards, able to shoot down a couple of those Mutalisks as well. Echuchee asking to borrow some gas. We have 3 Overlords sitting outside the base over here, and now these Marines gonna perhaps move on in and take down these units. No, Overlords. Yeah, Overlord's now getting shot down. Marine's gonna go ahead and try to finish off the rest of these Overlords here, causing him to waste 300 minerals. More Zerglings gonna try to come up this ramp. Income-wise, we Arabicos and Ray is significantly higher than us, 1,200 minerals a minute. And for both of those players, I am trying to take down my natural expansion as well. Gonna go ahead and drop that orbital command, massing up more Marines. Also, I believe I'm getting the armor upgrade. Yeah, armor upgrade now coming in as well. I do have an armory down, so that armory will enable me to get the additional upgrades as well out for my Marines, perhaps beyond the 1-1 upgrades. Now, at this stage in the game, we see Ray sitting with a couple Mutalisks, a couple Zerglings in the middle of the map. They pretty much have significant map control. You can take a look at the map over here. We have an expansion over here by Arabicos, over by the back door of Echuchee. Now we also have Phoenixes moving out, trying to perhaps take down any wandering Mutalisks that may be moving on out. Army-wise, I'm sitting on a larger army, 2,400 mineral army, and that is essentially all Marines at this stage. 1 medevac in the air. I forget that I'm not really mining as much gas as I need to. I'm also getting the level 2 weapons upgrade for my Marines and my Marauders as well. Marine's gonna go ahead and move on out with a single medevac, offering a little bit of support. That medevac essentially doesn't have any energy left, so that medevac is just there for a little bit of moral support, as it won't be able to heal the rest of those Marines that easily. Taking a look at the Zerglings. Zerglings are not upgraded. Hydralisks are upgraded 1-0. Mutalisks are not upgraded either. So Marines now going to go ahead and move on out. Try to take down this back door. If I can go ahead and take down this back door and push on in and perhaps destroy some of the vital tech or some of the drones here, that would give us a significant advantage. So Marines now trying to grouping up, taking down these destructible rocks. Normally Marines are not a good counter to those destructible rocks. However, when you have mass numbers like this, those Marines are almost 2 full control groups. Now in come these Marines. Marines now taking down all of these units. Mutalisks trying to run in as well. But the army of Ray is going to get taken down here, as the weapon upgrade and armor upgrades for these units are going to give such a significant advantage. Trying to move these Marines away, trying to keep that distance, because I know those Roaches constantly have to move, because the Roaches only have a range of 3. Now moving out here, gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna start attacking the rest of these Zerglings here, as more Marines continue to fire, able to take out a couple more Roaches. And now we just have a large number of Phoenixes sitting there. So army-wise, I'm sitting on a 1,700 mineral army. My partner's sitting on an 850, continuing to just push on in. Now still producing more Marines, getting the level 2 weapons upgrade, also getting a couple Marauders and more medevacs in order to heal back up. So I'm going to try to use this high ground to our advantage. So using that high ground, a lot of those units unable to really get within close range, only able to see some of these lower ground units, and also Echuchee using those Phoenixes, able to just pick up units and continue to push on out. So a nice fight in the middle of the map here. Mass Marines, Mass Marauders continuing to fire those Roaches, do have the level 1 armor upgrade, and however my Marines have the level 2 weapons upgrade, so my Marines and Marauders are able to continue to dish out this damage against these roaches. Roaches able to spot onto that high ground, but those roaches now scampering away. More Hydralisks coming in, quickly getting taken down even more. So I'm trying to make sure that Ray is unable to hold on to this high yield mineral location. My army is very small. You can see Arabicos' army is just so large, but it's just being countered very well by these Phoenixes. Well, a lot of creep tumors are all around throughout the map. Marauders now coming in to do a little bit of engagement. More Marines coming in from this high ground, trying to train back up, and that last roach will get taken down. I don't think I have the concussive no concussive shell upgrade just yet, and I probably should be researching that in a moment. Siege tanks also being trained up, so I'm going to go ahead and siege up onto this high ground and be able to perhaps cover my low ground units here. And I realize very quickly that this single barracks is blocking any of my larger units from being able to move out, so I'm gonna have to lift this up and then drop it back down. So there it is. Zerglings now trying to take down the Immortals. The Immortals, however, with Marine support, able to take down those units very easily. So a large number of Hydralisks, a large army of Hydralisks and Roaches just holding on to this high yield mineral location. Single Marine able to take down an additional unit. Armor upgrades, now level 2 armor upgrades for those Marines and those Marauders. Siege tank will be able to go ahead and siege up on this high ground. So Marines and Marauders will go ahead and start trying to draw the Zerg army into the range of these siege tanks. And if I can just have these siege tanks continue to dish out that damage or just push and fire from the safety of that high ground, perhaps get 10 to 20 kills, we can start to finally press onto the expansion, that high yield mineral expansion, since it is so difficult to defend. More siege tanks, more Marines, and I've also put down another reactor. The siege tanks are going to be the main counter towards those roaches. So the siege tank now also sieging up onto that low ground. I want to make sure that one siege tank does have enough range to continually fire and a little bit more exposed. So Zerglings and Roaches, Hydralisks now coming in. Hydralisks trying to push in. Nice use of force field by Echuchee. So Echuchee using that force field, getting a lot of these units to just clump up. So siege tank quickly racking up those kills as those units now move on out. Marines and Marauders taking down the rest of these Hydralisks and those Roaches. Roaches joining the party a little bit late as these Marines and Marauders continue to dish out this damage. The Marauders still do not have the weapons upgrade, also taking down a couple of these Overlords, so we're going to be able to push on into this hatchery over here. More units now moving on out and bringing in some SCVs over as well to repair some of these medevacs that are low on hit points, and perhaps just try to finish off the rest of the unit. One Hydralisk getting a kill off on a Marine before it's taken down, but it's more damage being dealt, and now the army is just starting to switch even further. So Marines and siege tanks fighting and pushing out damage. Ray able to come in through this back door that we opened up for him, forced to get some of these Roaches as reinforcements as well. But more importantly, we were able to push back and take down Ray's natural expansion. So dropping in a single mule in order to start repairing some of these lower hit point siege tanks, and two medevacs. Two medevacs very low on hit points as well. Also taking down these Zerg Roaches before they come out of those cocoons. Down the rest of those units go. Phoenixes just dishing out that damage against those Mutalisks. Mutalisks being forced to pull away, and we were able to take down this high yield mineral location. Marines just firing back and taking down once again those Mutalisks. Those Marines are now upgraded 2-2 and now not getting the level 3 weapons upgrade just quite yet. Medevacs getting healed back or getting repaired by that single mule. So mules being used in order to just continually use this army, and now in comes another attack. So Roaches coming in, but siege tanks and Marines able to just continue to fire, continue to deal damage. Mule coming in to try to repair more of these medevacs, more siege tanks coming in as well. So just a great macro fight on all sides as Ray loses this high yield mineral expansion as well. So Ray now losing a lot of harvesters. Arabicos is sitting on 1,300 minerals, and Ray is sitting on 700 minerals a minute. So they are still able to outmine us. We have just been able to out-micro and just attacking a more strategic position every single time. That is so many creep tumors. Stay tuned for part 3 of this replay here on Arid Waste, or I believe it's Arid Waste.